Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Natasha from A Splash of Nash. This is my first video I'm creating, so I really hope you enjoy it. As you can see here, we're doing a very matte brown look with a very matte lip as well. If you enjoy this look and you want to learn how to create it, please keep watching this video. And if you like me, please hit that subscribe button down below. It would really mean a lot to me. And if you do like the video, give it a thumbs up. Other than that, please keep watching if you do want to see how we created this look together today. Like I said, it is my first YouTube video. The lighting is a little bit poor. Throughout the video it kind of changes. I am using all natural lighting here, so bear with me. I'm hoping to figure things out as I go, of course. If you do like this makeup look, then just keep watching. Hi everyone. So today we're going to start with the Hangover Too Faced primer to prime my face. This keeps my face really moisturized. This is a brand new one. So we're gonna push and push and push. And we're just gonna rub that all into our face to moisturize and prep our skin for the foundation. I'm gonna go in with the Kat Von D Lock It Foundation. This is my favorite. It's full coverage. And what I like to do is I like to take a damp sponge with it so it kind of tones down, doesn't make it look so cakey on my face. So to do that, I just put it on the back of my hand. Just a couple pumps there to start. And then I'll go in with the flat side here and just start buffing it in. And I really hope this lighting is okay for you guys. It is all natural lighting. I hope it's not too cloudy outside today, but we're going to try it out and see what happens. Hopefully it goes okay. So next, what you're going to want to do is take your favorite concealer. I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly Light 1. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And just apply however much you think you might need, just underneath your eyes. And to highlight your face. I use a lot because I have big bags. But do whatever you're comfortable with, obviously. So then after I put that all on, I just go in again with my sponge here. I'm using the Real Technique sponge. And I'm just blending that in. Always make sure blend, blend, blend. Really hope everyone had a good New Year as well. Mine was okay. We stayed in, just played some board games with another couple friend of ours and watched the countdown on TV. Nothing too crazy. Didn't feel up to going out, so we just decided to stay in. And they have another dog as well. I do have a dog. He's a German Shepherd. He's only 7 months old and he's already 100 pounds, so that is interesting for us for sure. They had another dog as well, another big dog, so they played all night as well. They had their fun, we had ours. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set all of this. I'm going to use my Kat Von D Lock It powder. Is it? Setting powder. It's in translucent. I really like this because it does have a little bit of a very extremely fine, I don't want to say glitter, but it does have a sheen to it, which is nice. So it doesn't, especially under my under eyes, it doesn't look so cakey. It kind of reflects nicely and has the radiance of the nice concealer. So I really like this powder. So what I do is I put a generous amount on my under eyes, and then I also like to bake a little bit where I usually would crease. So for me, it's my smile lines here. They really like to go on me. And I'm sorry if you can hear my dog barking. He's been so bad today. He's just been barking at everything, so I don't know. He's in one of those moods, I guess. All the powder everywhere. Alright, so next we're going to go in and I'm going to do my brows. For me, I just like to use a powder, so I actually just use NYX eyeshadow here. It is in Happy Hour. Just a little pot. It's a nice kind of neutral color. My natural hair is very cool toned, whereas the bottom is pretty warm toned from the previous dye. I'm trying to grow it out, so I haven't been dyeing it for a while. So this is kind of the perfect color that I've found that I really like to use. So I go in just with an eye definer brush. Really, you can use it kind of for anything. Whichever brush you have you can use, really doesn't matter. And I just pick up some of that powder and lightly start pulling that into my brows. And I don't know what goes on with this eyebrow here. You can see I already put some powder in it, but right here I have a bald spot. So I don't know, when I was younger I must have overplucked them as a teenager or what it is, but this eyebrow always looks a little bit funky compared to the other one. You see this one has more of an arch than this left one here. I don't know. If anybody has any ideas, comment them down below. Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer by Hard Candy. I really like this, especially if I'm having really bad days. I'll sometimes put it underneath my normal concealer to cover up the dark circles. But I usually just use this either for spot concealing or carving up my brows, things like that. You do have to be careful with this. It is very full coverage, but it stays very tacky. It really doesn't like to set, so if you do use this, just be careful with it. Make sure you set it really well, otherwise you can start to see some transfer from it. Okay, we're going to use this white one here that I found. This is an e.l.f. Professional Defining Eye Brush. There's no number, just an e.l.f. brush. Like I said, use whatever you want, use what you have. Makeup has no rules, and I've never been one to have an over amount of brushes, so I just kind of use what I have to do the job for me, and it seems to always work for me. So I'm just going to go under this brow here. This brush is not going to work. It's way too fluffy for what I need to do. Okay, we're going to use this one. This is another e.l.f. Professional Concealer Brush, so this is perfect. It's very dense. I'm going to place the product exactly where I need it to be placed. Alright, so next we're going to start on the eyes. I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, just the original one. And we are just going to prime my lids. Alright, so today what we're doing for eyeshadow is we're going to do a very brown look, as well as a brown lip with that. I want to try and keep it matte for both lip and eyes. So hopefully it goes okay. I'm just playing around. I've never tried this look before, so hopefully it works out for the first video for you guys. I'm going to use a couple of my Ofra ones I was looking at. The really bad thing about Ofra is they don't put the names on the back of their little eyeshadow, so I'm not sure exactly what these are called, unfortunately. I might go in as well with some of these colors here. This is the Studio Makeup On The Go eyeshadow palette. It has some nice browns, neutral colors. I really like this formula. You just have to be careful. It does have quite a bit of kickback on it, so just make sure you knock off your brush if you are going to use that. Alright, so to start off, we're going to go in to the Studio Makeup On The Go palette. And I'm just going to use this top color just to set everything down on the concealer as well as that Urban Decay eyeshadow primer that I used. And I just want to pack, you just want to pack a color similar to your skin tone just everywhere. Like I said, it'll make things easier to blend, make sure everything's set in place, and that things won't move all day on you. To start with, we're going to go in with this middle left shade here, just as a transition color, just in the crease. Help everything blend a lot better. What I'm going to do is just windshield wiper motions back and forth until everything is blended like I wanted it to be blended. I'm going to use a smaller blending brush here, and I'm going to go in, I said, with this Ofra shadow. This one's a little bit more warm, so I'm going to just add that to the crease there just to warm it up a little bit. And you're just going to focus this down a little bit more further than the last color that we put in. And I am going pretty far into the crease there. And I am just slightly flicking it out on the end as well. And I put a little bit too much on the other side. So what I'm going to do is take a clean blending brush. We are going to use this one. It's a Crown Brush C412 Deluxe Pointed Crease Brush. So we're just going to take that because it's clean and just blend out all those harsh edges that you see and make it so it's more of a gradient effect on the eyes. So maybe what I'll start by doing is going in again with this Studio Makeup palette, On The Go palette, and going in with this bottom middle shade here. And I'm going to pack that all over the lid here to start. I think that color we went into was a little bit too cool tone for what I was looking for there. Okay, so I'm going to try and go in here with this bottom left color Looks a little bit warmer. It does have a tiny little bit of sparkle, but pretty much matte. And we are going to go in with, this is in French. I do not speak French. I'm from Canada. I don't speak a word of French. So I'm not sure really what this brush is, but we're going to try this out here. We're going to put that on the lid and hopefully warm that lid back up a little bit for us there. And what I'm doing is just using circular motions, very small ones, just to blend everything out. So imagine your windshield wiper on steroids. And if you see, I'm almost taking that eyeshadow really right to the end of my eyebrow there to really elongate the eye. Especially if you have closer eyes together like I do, this helps kind of bring everything back out on your face. So what we're going to do next is I'm just going to go in with this ochre shadow. I'm not sure what this one is called. It's almost like a white cream banana shade almost, and we're going to use that to see, I'm going to see how this looks just right under the brow bone there. And again, just a really small brush here. This is the Real Techniques detailer brush. And one more time with that clean blending brush, and just make sure that everything looks together. I'm just going to go ahead and take some of this Stay Matte Long Lasting pressed powder. So I'm just going to use that, take it on just a brush like this, and just go ahead and wipe all that extra away. And again, make sure you get under your nose too when you're powdering. If it's cold, you're going to have a little bit of a runny nose, so you're going to want that powdered pretty well. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with my NYX Matte Liquid Liner. This is my favorite. It has a brush tip applicator, so it's not felt tip, which makes it easier, at least for myself, to use. Felt tips can sometimes be a little bit too stiff for my liking, so I like something like this. It's matte as well, so it really ties everything in. Doesn't look glossy or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Crown Pro in number C513, and we're going to jump back into this ochre shade here and just smudge that under the eye. Next we're going to go in, this is a Scone Smudger brush. We'll go in with this one here, that middle one. And just closer to the top now. Make sure you're really concentrating where you put that. You don't want too much of this color. So next what you're going to want to do is take a black, this is another ochre one here. Again, not sure the shade. And we're just going to smudge that very so lightly, just to smudge that eyeliner out so it doesn't look so harsh in the waterline. Just really close up there. And hardly any product. Voila. I'm not sure what's going on with these lashes. They look really clumpy. I'm using the Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara, by the way. Make sure before you put them on your eyes, you make sure it's tacky. Otherwise, you're just going to create yourself with a huge mess. I've done that way more than my fair share. So once I have them on where I want them to be on, I like to just squeeze my natural lashes and the fake ones together just to kind of bind them. Make them look like they're one. So once those are on for you, you want to take your favorite mascara for your bottom lash line and just apply it down here. So we just have to highlight our inner corners there. That is the one thing I'm going to use. It's not matte just because I feel like I need that. Pop that in there. I think I need a little bit of spray. You can use Vicks Plus, you can use really any setting spray that you want. I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter spray just because that's what I have on hand, just to give it that extra pop. Let's move on to the face. To start with, I'm going to go in with my Rimmel London Natural Bronzer, Waterproof Bronzer Powder. I'm going to go in with this BH Cosmetics 125, just a smaller fluffy brush. Pick up some of that powder. So just start carving out your cheekbones with this. I'm sorry about the sun, you guys. I don't know what's going on. It's sitting, I guess, right there. But this is too late in the afternoon. Sun's out, reflecting off everything. Next time I'll make sure I will do it earlier in the day or in a different position, because this is not looking too hot right now with that sun. I'm going to go in with my Shade and Light palette here, Kat Von D, and we are going to take just the shade right to the left of the bottom here and start carving out my cheekbones even more. And just a tad up here to cool down that bronzer a little bit. And under my chin. And then I'm going to go in just with this Mally brush here and just slightly blend that contour out just a bit. We will go in with this Tarte's blush palette here. I'm going to go in with the shade Love. It's almost like a neutral brownie pink. And then we're going to go in with a highlight here. I'm going to use this Cougar one just because it is yellow. I feel like it would go with that underbrow highlight there as well as the corner one. Now it is a loose highlight, so it does have a shifter on it. And what shade is this? Cougar Mineral Face and Body Shimmer. It's in Diamond Kiss. And this brush is just a Luxie 522 tapered highlight brush. Alright, so last but not least, we are going to do the lips here. And I'm going to use a liquid lipstick. Anastasia Beverly Hills. The shade is it's an Ashton, and it is a brown color. Alright everyone, so this is the final look we have here today. Just like I said, that matte eye with those matte lips, a little bit of highlight to bring out something in your skin. Other than that, it's a pretty simple look. I really hoped you enjoyed this video. I'm hoping to have new videos at least a couple times a week, if not more. So please, if you enjoyed it, subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you in my next video.